Y'all know what's crazy? People always talking about some. Oh, y'all think y'all everything. Y'all think y'all the real Indians. Y'all think y'all the real Buddhists, the Israelites. Y'all think y'all the real. Yes. Yes, we are. We are those things. Absolutely. You thought we was gonna fall for the shaming tactics? No. Let's look at this. Zoom in. I was looking at this, right? And I was like, man, let's read it. Let's read it. Don't this look like a brother from the 70s? I made these collages, okay? You guys can go double check on these things that I put together. I made these collages myself. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Look at this. Okay, let's read it. BC, all right, by what they say, all right? That's them in their years. The Han typology, right? On the fabric extracted from the Xingnu Han Kurgan, all right? All right, the ancestors of the Turks and Caicos, right? Mongolia, right? I don't know what that word is. Nuing, Ula Kurgan, Ulu. I guess that's supposed to be Ula Kurgan. BC, right, 2 to the 1st century. Now tell me, yeah, my audio messed up. Now tell me that did not look like some brothers from the 70s. Ain't that something? Tell me that look like them brothers from the 70s. Like, come on, man. Crazy work. We looking at this. All right, this says the statue of the heavenly guardian, right? And I've been hearing stuff about, Zulu, Amazulu, heavenly. It's a lot of stuff dealing with the heavenly and the heavens and the heavenly people and stuff like that. All right, this is taken in the Shanghai, right? Museum. All right. Polychrome glazed pottery. All right, from the Tang. I guess that's supposed to be like the Tang dynasty. Okay, AD. I want y'all to take a look at this real quick. Look at the nose, man. I thought this was interesting. This is a very, very old statue. Look at the nose. And then look at her nose. Man, all these clues. Come on, man. Look at that. Look at that. And I be trying to tell people we was in Asia. It's too many artifacts. It's too many things proving that we was in Asia. Right? Throughout Asia. Going back and forth. Right? Land bridge type stuff for real. All right? Let's proceed. And these depictions of us in Asia can be, looked at as in different forms. I was talking to you guys about the Japanese picturing us as demons and stuff like that. So you can always, find some stuff, of us being in Asia. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Look at that. It's kind of like supposed to be like a dragon / cow head. See, the dragon is like, it's like a merge. You know what I'm saying? It's like a merge. And you can see that this person has red hair. I just wanted y'all to see that. Yup. Let's see. That says the Japanese art from the Edo period, 1600 through 1868. What does that say? Japanese. And y'all know about what was it? Yasusuke. Yes, Yasusuke. Yasusuke was not the only Indian, right? Portuguese. He was not the only one. Like, I always had a question about that. How in the world how did Yasusuke already know how to speak in their language? How did he already know what's really going on here? What's really happening? I'm starting to think like all of Asia, and it's the reason why they're so secretive, has been culturally appropriating us Indians or hiding secrets from us for an extended amount of time. I ain't saying the commoners or whatever like that. I'm talking about, I guess. Well, you never know. You never know. But they definitely been hiding stuff for real. And they definitely been drawing us as demons. What does that say at the bottom? It says possibly from the Edo period. All right. Likely by Kano. All right. It's depicting scenes of hell and the demons of the Oni, right? AKA the Oni. And I talked to you guys about that. Look at them. Right? Look at them on the side like, ooh, nasty. Nasty work. Nasty work. So that's supposed to be like what is that? Let me not say too much. Look at that. Let's proceed. And then here we go again. Remember that? Sia Kolam. When they was talking about the, basically the demons and stuff like that, or the beings of smokeless fire. Remember that? Remember I made that little video? And you can see, you know, they didn't speak about who these so-called demons were, but we can catch the vibe. And I had showed you guys, this little wig right there. Look at that. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? I want y'all to pay attention real quick. This is how you know who the real Egyptians look like. I'm about to knock your doggone socks off. Look very closely. All right, you see the curls? And then you see how at the bottom of the curls, it goes out with the waves. Let's zoom in closer for the naysayers. You see the curls, right? That's curly hair, right? Y'all see that? You very clearly see that. You see the hoop in the ear, right? You see how the nose is shaped. And then you see that there's something up under the curls. Look at that. Look at that. Told y'all knock your socks off. Look at that. What is this? That was an Egyptian wig on this being right here. So that was a depiction of an Egyptian, a so-called Egyptian, wearing a wig. What does that say? It's an Egyptian wig, probably for female, found near the small temple of Isis, Thebes, from the British Museum. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh, look at that. Yes. Crazy, right? I know. Now look at this. Now, I know you guys have seen this before. Now, this was called, right, barbarian architecture. Look at who's at the bottom. Look who's at the bottom. Look who's at the bottom and what they're wearing. You can see these Indians are dressed in the, as you would put them, skirts, right? And they having their headdresses on with their armbands. You can see they have something across their shoulders, right? All right, it looks like our ancestors got something across their shoulders. Very dark-skinned people, right? Brown-skinned people. Something across their shoulders, maybe silk, right? You see them destroying some idols in the back. All right, you see that? They're destroying an idol in the back. You see he got the tomahawk, right? Catch what I'm saying? Yes, and you can see the buildings back here as well. Let's take a look at the buildings. These are the same similar style buildings that we saw at the World's Fair, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Let's see. What is that? You see that? That's like a crescent moon right there. It's a crescent moon. Let's go further down. It's another crescent moon. And this looks like the same similar style as to how Capitol buildings are built, especially like the one in Atlanta, from what I've seen. And you can see you got the crescent moon at the top. Maybe what happened was maybe they topped that off or like, got that off there. And then they put whatever they wanted on top of it. Y'all know, like, they would do like a merge. Just like at the World's Fair, it was a merge of what was fake and I think what was real. What was plastered did what was real. They try to cause confusion and stuff like that. That's how they be moving. That is exactly how they be moving. They be trying to cause confusion. But we see what's really going on. We see it. We're not oblivious. Here's another crescent moon. And what are they doing right here? What are they doing right here? Look like something got a scepter. It's a lady in the middle. She's wearing some type of crown, right? You see the two palm trees holding. You see at the top, there's an eye. There's some type of eye right there. Look at that. Interesting. Look at that. You see that? Japanese style buildings. I keep trying to tell people, look at the buildings. Look at the buildings. So this style of building, which we are deeply connected to, like I be trying to tell people, we the real Japanese. We the real Chinese. Buddy, it's all the freaking same people in origin. And they have convinced the entire world that these things are separated. Actually, a lot of stuff is a part of the same language family. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. A part of this, like India, China, right? What else? America, what else? Europe, Africa, And a part of this is all a part of the same language of a particular group of people. Like they are the ones, it was part of their language, right? Which is our ancestors, by the way. And look at these buildings, right? So really and truly, Asia been culturally appropriating us this whole time. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Let's look at this. So what does that say at the bottom? It says, the John Carter Brown Library description of the print says, a woman wearing a papal crown. By the way, that get into that. All right, because they try to do all this overthrowing type stuff. Papal crown and seated on a throne on a dais. What is that? Okay, it says dais receives Africans, so-called Africans, in or Native Americans. Ain't that something? Remember, it's always this confusion, right? What does it say? The church receives subjects from Asia, Africa, and America by France. Holler, 1726. So this is our architecture. Do not let these people play with y'all. Look how it coincides. You see that at the bottom, that little thing right there, they would consider this to be European, but then you slowly scroll up to the top, then they would consider this to be what, Persian or something like that. Then you scroll over a little bit more, and next thing you know, you got this Japanese. They just came over here, saw our architecture, and split it apart as if it was theirs. Let me say that again. They came over to this land of America, right? And whatever location where we was at, saw our architecture and split it apart. They split our culture, our traditions, and our stuff, and they split it apart. And they have the audacity to sit up here and say that we have no culture, knowing that there's artifacts, primary evidence to prove that everything that they're doing, right? The majority of everything that they're doing stems from us over here in America. That's a fact. That's a straight up fact. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Oh, heck yeah. Oh, for sure. And yes, this is Tartarian architecture. Yes, indeed. So something is clearly afoot. All right. I think, listen, we're going to show this last one. And I thank y'all for showing love and support to the channel. I want you guys to be able to like, you know what I'm saying, comment, subscribe, and you know what I'm saying? Welcome again to all the haters. You know, I appreciate you guys as well for showing up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be showing a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Not necessarily support, but energy. Yes, to this channel. I really appreciate you as well. All right. I want you guys to be able to comment. You, like I said, you know, like the video, share the video. I want you guys to, you know, basically show this information, right? Of how, yes, we are Asian. Yeah. Yes, we are the Chinese. It don't matter how much they try to gaslight. It don't matter how much they try to act obtuse. It don't matter how much they want to be intellectually dishonest. Guess what, buddy? The facts is still the facts. Okay, it doesn't matter about reconstructing history and you purposely glossing over the context of the situation. None of that matters to the fact that the history is what it is. The past is what it is, right? Regardless if these people want to do these things or not, right? But yo, we and ourselves are going to continuously spread the information, right? To show the kinfolk that you are more than just some people that they claim, right? They be claiming that you have no culture. They be claiming that you have no traditions. They be claiming that you have no language. They be claiming that everybody else is who they say they are, except you. But you know what they try to call you? Black and nothing else. But buddy, you are the most innovative people on this earth. The most spiritual people on this earth and the most empathetic. And they try to use that against you. But it's high time, what I say, to delineate. All right. Love and abundance, man. Love and abundance. Okay. So in one part of it, it says Indian. In another part, it says Moorian temple. All right. So this is from what they say, the East Indies 1775 edition with the newly engraved place published in Amsterdam. You can see where it says, who is it by, from, you know how they be saying stuff in a different way. Wooter or Woder, Schoten. That's crazy. Yeah, ballistic. You can see, okay, when was this made? Yeah, 1775. So in the 1700s, and this was a temple. Let's look at that. Okay, the doors. Oh, that's same style. Look at that. Oh, look at that very closely. This looks just like how they depicted the Tartarian buildings. Like, y'all know what I'm talking about. when you go downtown, and that same style of how that's made, that looks very similar. How those bricks are laid in that window. Who's that? Let's see real quick. They got horses right there, and they got like two feathers, almost like some ears, riding horses down there. Somebody just right there. Okay, nice. Umbrella. We the ones that make the umbrella for real. Yes, indeed. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, here's another thing. This is how you can prove that these people are not for us. Ask them, would you lay your life down for the sake of us? Would you lay your life down for the sake of America if you claim to be American? Would you do such a thing? Ask that to the Africans. Ask that to all immigrants that come here and proclaim themselves to be just as much as us. Like, what? What do you think this is? You guys are going to say that we have no culture, no. So you're being two-faced, all right? Which is highly inappropriate. And you have self-aware hypocrisy. I don't think that's appropriate. So this is why I tell Ken folk, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh man, heck no. Heck no. We gotta be able to realize who's really on our side. Everybody's not going to help us or speak on truth. That's just a fact. Everybody's not gonna do it. But you can see this one guy, he's over there, he looked like he's smoking some type of pipe. He's dressed in some type of clothes. Is it a gourd? Something like that. I don't know what that is. But you can see the temple building. So yes, and you see, what is that, like an antenna at the top? Something like that at the top. Yes, indeed. So, all right, you guys. Love and abundance. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.